Hello everybody and welcome to the 6th entry in the Development Diary series for our video game Chromatic Void. We've made a few updates since last week and I'm excited to dive in, so let's get right to it. The first thing I want to talk about is this little orange cylinder here. That is the mock-up object for a jump pad. Woo, yeah. You know, like the springs from Sonic or the rush coil from Mega Man. It's a way of giving the player a very quick vertical burst of speed. Pretty simple in theory. Did take a little bit of getting used to working with the stomp action to make sure it was working properly, but I think we've got it pretty well dialed in. Speaking of the stomp, you may have actually noticed the other big thing that we've accomplished in this week. It is a bit quick, so allow me to slow things down. The two other things that we've updated since last week are animations and color changes for the main character Void. So now when he executes a stomp, there is a specific animation for that, but you'll also notice he actually changes color to coincide with whatever element is being used. So let me demonstrate that again. There you go, and you can see as he hits the ground, there's a little bit of a bend over animation, just to kind of represent, you know, that momentum coming to a halt. The last thing that we've done is adjusted his electric dash to do much the same thing. It now has its own unique animation and causes the character to change color to like a neon electric yellow. So now it becomes much more visually apparent when Void is using certain abilities, and I think those visual touches really, you know, are going to go a long way in the grand scheme of things. That pretty much wraps things up on the mechanical side of things, so let's discuss a little bit more of the artistic endeavors. So while the team and I were doing research into more specific visuals for what we wanted out of Neon Jungle, we came across these ideas of vertical forests, which are structures in some areas of the world where they have erected almost skyscraper-like buildings, but made them with very specific ledges, outcroppings for foliage, greenery. That looks really interesting to me. We loved the idea pretty much right off the rip. So we took that and we're trying to implement that into the level design and the environment design of the first stage, Neon Jungle. And I think our mock-up here kind of demonstrates the idea that we're going for. And I think there is a lot of potential here. I already really like this first pass at it. And I think once we get our lighting effects and details added in, that this is going to be a really visually interesting and more vertically oriented stage than we first thought, but I think that is going to work very much in our favor. So that is pretty much going to do it for this week. I appreciate everybody tuning in and sticking with us on this journey thus far. It's been about a month and a half of Development Diary, so thank you very much for that. And we're looking forward to getting a little bit more in before the end of the year. So everybody have a good week, have a excellent holiday, and we will see you next week. Take care.